and stuff. Water stones, the particles kind of come out quicker. I don't really know if that's so much of an issue with diamond stones. It might be, but I don't really know. If I go from a Belgian blue, which has one size garnet, and then if I'm moving up to a yellow, I definitely want to wash the blade really well before I move up. Okay, so we still got the razor passing around here. Take your time. If anybody has any questions, let me know, and I'll see if I can help you. Guys, we took a quick break for the battery there, and I did I think about 200 passes more on the 1200 grit, and we're sharp right now with the 1200 grit. Why don't I pass? You guys can come up. This is the one that I had before that was sharp on the 1200 grit. This is a dull razor, and you know that one's sharp. And here's the one that was dull before, and now we're sharp. So why don't you pass that around, kind of quickly if you can. Does that feel sharp everywhere?
Yeah, I'm afraid to with it too much.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Maybe you can try to shave a little bit of hair. It should be pretty good.
I wanna.
You want to feel that? That's off the 1200 grit.
And it also looks completely. Now you can see in the light.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, that's a great point.
Yeah, right away.
Even if it feels good, if you could see a chip or something, you're not done. You have to make it look. It has to look shiny and even across the whole
You can see that now there is a bevel.
Look, hold the razor up to the light, and you'll be able to see a lot based on the reflection. Okay.
Are you done in the 1200?
Yeah, I'm done with the 1200.
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay, so we finished the hard part of honing the razor. The hard part is done. And now that we're here, we have the sharp edge. Honing a razor is two parts: setting the edge and then polishing it to whatever you feel you need sharpness to be shave ready for your particular taste. So we did the bevel setting stage, and now we're moving on to the polishing stage. And I have another cool poster to show you guys that we made.
Nice.
Ooh, okay. So I didn't actually use the 8K or the 4K hone. I used a 12K hone. Or not 12K, a 1.2K, 1200 grit, but it's the same concept here. Here's the edge of a razor. The front view. Which is the razor I just hung? This one. There's the edge, and there's the side view. There's a scratch pattern in the bevel that you can see by holding it up. And the coarser the stone, the more, I guess, prominent, you could say, the scratch pattern is. And what that scratch pattern is really a series of mountains and valleys in the side coming to an intersection. This is what that looks like. There's channels that a hone is an abrasive media. There's a 4K, bigger abrasives. It tears the metal out of the side. You know, that's what it's doing. The 4K hone is bigger abrasives, so it'll tear more metal out quicker, but it'll leave a deeper scratch pattern. And what we're trying to do now is progressively go from one hone to the next and replace the scratch pattern that the previous hone left with the new scratch pattern. So the side of the bevel, it's like this. There's deep scratch patterns. We're going to go up to the next hone and replace it, so that we're bringing the mountains down. And really, the mountains are the thickness or the sharpness of the edge. 2 times this is how thick or sharp your edge is. So we want to completely remove the scratch pattern. It's just the same as when you're sanding something to a polish. Before you move on to the next grit, you have to completely remove the grit of the lower grit before you move on to the next one, or else you're not going to be where you want to be at the end. So now this is where you can start to get into progressions. A lot of people are fond of just going from the DMT 12K and then doing about 50 to 75 passes on a blue, and then 50 to 75 passes on a yellow. And I can tell you from experience that that'll shave pretty well, really consistently. I can also tell, well, that's right off the 12K. I think that the Diamond Stones leave a really, really deep scratch pattern in it. And before I move on to any polishing stones, I do about 50 passes on the Norton 4K. That might sound like a lot, but you'll really be able to see the difference in the edge before I hone it and after. Hold it up to the light. I want you to look, see if you can see a scratch pattern. There's not really good lighting in here, but it's kind of a dull sort of a color. And I mean, it's shiny, but it's dull. When you go up to the next, when I hone on the 4K, it's going to actually bring that up to a little bit more shine, replace the scratch pattern on that. So I'm going to do about 50 passes here. And I refreshed this stone previously, so it cuts really, really nice. Gives you a little while here.
Anybody wants to hum some honing music for the video, you're welcome.
There you go. I'm actually going pretty fast here. But I'm listening, even though I'm going fast, I'm still listening with this stone. I'm still kind of watching and feeling. So now we're looking at the reflection, do a few more, and it should actually feel a little bit significant. It should feel even sharper than it was at the 1K, and it does. It digs in a little quicker, a little deeper, and it cuts hair even better. It feels, it's got more. It's got the beer in the hand. You can't handle razors.
I'm not going to handle racers till I get at least 6 more beers. Wait a minute.
That's the best way to shave.
What? Is that
Don't put that on the video. Pick it off the floor. Want to see it again?
okay? Does that feel pretty good?
Yes, much
Feels
better.
good?
Are you done before?
I'm pretty much done
Yeah,
with
you
it.
move up after this.
Yeah, and it should actually pass a hanging hair test right now on certain hairs. On a really, really fine
Now you
hair,
can really notice the bevel almost without even trying to look
Yeah.
at it. Like, I mean, you can tell the.
it should pop hairs above the. Is it catching hair, Sergio?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's picking up hairs off the 4K. So
Yeah, actually it is.
let me see that back here for a second. A lot of times I can pass the hanging hair test off of the 4K. And I just did right there. You see the razor, it split the hair.
Can I zoom in and we do that again?
Yeah. This is, my hair's kind of curly, so
Just a second.
it cut the hair right there. But my hair's too short. Anyway, but basically, yeah, it's cut.
Okay.
It's passing the hanging hair test off the 4K. So basically, that kind of gives you just kind of a little bit of an idea of what sharpness level you should be at right now. So if I just had this stone, I could get a really good edge right now if I just do about 15 to 20 passes. I know from experience. 15 to 25 passes on the 8K will give me a shave ready edge. It'll polish it. You'll be able to tell the difference, strop it up, and you'll be able to shave you'll have a good shave with it. You might have to fine tune it a little bit, but